What's up, guys? This is Jacob, bringing you GameBehemoth Dota 2 character strategy. We're actually playing an all-pick match here because I'm playing with one of my friends right now, and he wanted to run Keeper of the Light with a carry hero in a lane. He suggested I run Phantom Lancer, and I said, nah, I don't really like playing Phantom Lancer. It's kind of boring, farming all game type thing. So went with DK instead. I wanted to try out. I got some new items for this hero just today actually. So these Slain Dragon items, as you can see, one of the best looking sets for DK, and I got the Crimson Wyvern's Horn and the Elder Shield. I just really like the way that these items look together. The colors, the red and the yellow. It's an interesting look for DK, and I definitely think that DK is one of my favorite heroes. It's kind of easy, kind of a noob hero, but he doesn't look nearly as good without some kind of cosmetic. His base armor, kind of shabby. I'd show it to you, but the game's already kind of started here just now. So if you play Dota a lot, I'm sure you've seen what DK looks like anyway. But he looks way better with these upgrades. So we got a Pudge on our team. Looks like he has some of the Mad Harvester arms equipped right now, as well as the Bloodstained Breeches and the Rotten Stash items for Pudge. So it's quite a spread, quite an array of interesting exotic items for that hero. I'll be going bottom with the Keeper of the Light here. Let me just grab my patented Quelling Blade, Stout Shield, and Healing Salve combo. Telling this Bane Elemental, I don't know what he's doing. Get back. Syllabear wanting the jungle, that's very typical of that hero. We got our Keeper of the Light with the Nomad set. Looks nice. Some interesting, sort of an Arabian. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, it's like a Middle Eastern kind of look. Sort of a vagabond or a nomad. We got some action going on here top. It looks like these heroes, the Treant Protector and Anti-Mage, are wanting to camp out this rune spot, making sure they have access to the rune if it spawns there at the beginning of the game. Now I'm going to level up Dragon Blood here, giving me some extra armor and hit point regen. It should make it very easy to stay in this lane, score some last hits on these creeps, and get my gold up. The whole idea of running a keeper lane like this, usually on the long lane, a bottom for this Radiant Sentinel side, or a top for the Dire Scourge, whichever you want to call it. I still like kind of think in terms of Warcraft 3 and Dota 1 actually. And so a lot of the games like Shadowblade, I still think of that as being Lothar's, etc. But eventually you've got to kind of change your lexicon and get with the times a bit, because people that are just coming to this game that didn't play Dota 1 on Warcraft 3 aren't going to know what you're talking about if you say Lothar's or something like that. The whole point of running this keeper lane is that the keeper can kind of spam his Illuminate attack and keep the aggro off of your carry hero a little bit, just really give them a lot of breathing room, farm these creeps, get the experience and the gold from those kills. Allows him to support by stacking the creeps, the neutral creeps in the lane, and pulling those. So can be very essential, or it can be kind of non-relevant to the outcome of the game. But denying the enemy hero's experience early on has sort of a butterfly effect as you get into mid game and late game, because every kill that they don't get because of their being under farmed or under leveled is gold that they're not going to have to get more items and more levels, and ultimately kind of snowball, as everything in this game tends to do. The scaling. Nice thing about the Dragon Knight, he has a very excellent scaling, very powerful late game here. In fact, his dragon form, one of the most significant powers in the game. The third level, it gives you like a blue dragon with a frost attack, very similar to the undead dragon, Bone Dragon's frost attack in Warcraft 3 in ladder. But the area of effect on that, there aren't any other ranged heroes in the game that have like area of effect splash damage type thing. The closest thing might be a Templar Assassin with her Side Blades, kind of gets some spill damage. It's not the same thing as the splash damage that the Dragon Knight has on his Dragon Breath. And that, if you get enough damage on him, get some attack speed, get your items up, and that combined with the slowing attack is really potent late game, because there's no mana cost associated with that. It's just you start attacking them and they all get slowed, and if they have melee heroes running in, you know, those heroes are going to get hit too, and it's just a big damage bath for the enemy team. And so I usually like running some kind of like an attack speed build, the Mjolnir. I've seen people running like bashers and going Abyssal Blade on Dragon Knight, which, you know, I can see being really viable, especially if you got that Abyssal Blade early enough in the game, because you're going to be able to stun them with Dragon Tail and stun them again at close range with the Abyssal. So just really taking the hero out of the match for a good like 5 seconds there or more, and have your way with them. Then also, you know, you have a chance of bashing. Even on a ranged hero, you have a 12% chance of landing that bash, and in his melee form, it's a more significant bash effect. You know, normally I would think of running basher on a hero that either an agility carry, someone with an innate attack speed buff, or because, you know, in his melee form, the Dragon Knight obviously isn't as powerful, doesn't have his move speed buff, and so he's not going to be able to do a lot with that basher. But then again, if he gets that Dragon Tail off, you'll have some chances to proc that item as well. So right now, just really trying to get the last hits on as many of these creeps as I can. Looks like Drow receiving some living armor buff from the Treant there in another lane. It's going to make it difficult to seal the deal on her, as she running to avoid the Keeper's Illuminate there. And as you can see, Elder Shield, Slain Dragon set, Crimson Wyvern, giving a nice sort of a bulky, you know, spiky, angular kind of look to this Dragon Knight here. Top lane, can't really mess with that Lion Drow combo. One of them gets a disable off or the slow off. Even for the mighty Dragon Knight, it's not going to end well for him. Boots of Speed, I'm wanting to get a few more hit points here with the Belt of Strength, and I'm going to go ahead and grab an Orb of Venom. You know, this can be a significant item early game if you get a, you know, call shots on the enemy heroes. Get that 12% slow. It's kind of substantial. I mean, you know, not a lot of other abilities just give you 12% slow on top of everything else just for free like that. So for being a 275 gold, I think it's a pretty good deal. I've definitely gotten first blood kills and kills all the way through mid game. Mid late, you're definitely going to want to switch up, trade that unique attack modifier Orb effect for you know, something a little bit more powerful. Maybe a lifesteal is popular on the Dragon Knight, or even a Stygian Desolator could be useful on that hero, because the interesting thing about the Frost Breath, you know, is that it's not a unique attack modifier, and that really allows you to pull off some devastating combos if you want to talk about the Frost Breath and the lifesteal together, the Frost Breath and the armor reduction from the Stygian Desolator, and, you know, also giving you a chance to proc items like Maim from a Sangay. If you want to go with a Sangay and Yasha, could be viable on the Dragon Knight, kind of stacking up that move speed buff for him there. But if I was going to build a Sangay on him, I would almost definitely want to build what is it, Heaven's Halberd for the evasion. Of course, you definitely want that, and also the ability to disable the enemy hero attacks for a short amount of time, usually wanting to disable a powerful carry hero with that. And since it's an item effect, you're able to use it, you know, even if you're silenced or something like that. So right now, wanting to stun this line here with Dragon Tail, and get some hits off on him. It's not going to be enough to really take him down, but we're gonna blast him with the Dragon Breath there, and as you can see, the Illuminate coming in, facilitating that kill there against the Lion hero. Spirit Breaker with double damage rune. It's a little bit scary, but I'm gonna be able to pop the Dragon Tail and escape from that encounter, even with the Drow Ranger casting Frost Arrows on me like that. And I do have a healing salve here, but, you know, with the Dragon Blood giving me sort of a static HP regen and bonus armor, I'm not going to want to use that salve yet. I'm just going to regen as much hit points as I can on my own and save that item. Looks like Pudge getting a very successful gank off against the Drow Ranger there. So really going to want to try to get this Spirit Breaker out, and the double damage, he's just much too threatening, I think. And also seeing him with the Treant buff there, so It's a good combo for their team, I think. They could give us a run for our money. But you know, late game, that's not going to be as significant, that armor buff. Especially good, kind of a mid game thing. Because you know the damage blocking and loses effectiveness for that. You know, over time as your heroes gain a higher damage just from levels and also from items, obviously. But then again, you know, 60 damage can make a huge difference, and it's just really Treant recently getting that upgrade with the living armor ability. It's just such a nice ability for him, and you know, I was kind of sad to see him lose the invisibility that he had. But you know, I think it's a worthwhile trade-off for him, to be honest. As you can see, living armor here making it very difficult for us to land any damage on this hero. But our Pudge coming in to get that kill. It's too bad. I thought he was going to get the kill on the Drow too, but maybe he didn't have mana for Hook or something like that. So trying to level up Dragon Blood here. With the enemy heroes kind of being pushed out of the lane, I'm still not going to want to use that salve. DK regenerates very quickly with the Dragon Blood ability, especially if you get some other regen items on him. Really just wanting to pop Dragon Tail on that Drow there, but I wasn't able to get it off. But if I can, I don't have mana for... But, oh, the living armor fucking up my kill. Chat. Treant's definitely got some good map awareness there. Being able to use that ability to save the Drow Ranger. Just at the last second, too. She only needed one more attack. Would have been all over. Oh, Keeper of the Light giving me this nice tango here. So I don't know, maybe I should just stay in this lane and farm and try to go for a Radiance or something. You know, it's only 9 minutes into the game. By 15 minutes, I'm going to want to have something to show for all of this lane work here. Whether it be like at least a Sacred Relic, if not a Radiance. Or perhaps some item like a Battle Fury if you're running a different carry. I don't know that I would run a Battle Fury on DK. Although the additional regen definitely could be helpful, and in his melee form he'd be able to take advantage of that cleaving attack. So I've actually done a build like that before, but maybe something like Mjolnir might be a bit more effective, especially early game, mid game. So right now, my Keeper of the Light just not around to support me for that kill on the Lion. Even getting the stun off. Powerful Dragon Tail ability. One of the longer stuns in the game, actually, at 3.25 seconds. So really wanting to take out this Lion as quickly as possible. And he did not make it out. The living armor. It's like Treant. Not aware of this encounter going on at bottom, or I'm sure he would have tried to save that hero as well. And you know, he may have his hands full in his lane. Looks like my teammate pinging. He has his hands full with the Bane Elemental there, casting Fiend's Grip on him. And giving me plenty of time to just stand here and attack this tower. Fly here, whatever. My dragon form expiring, that level 1 dragon giving you sort of a poison attack, dealing additional damage over time, especially corrosive against buildings. Right now, Spirit Breaker coming in here, not wanting me to get the kill on this tower, and especially with his ultimate, probably not going to escape from this hero right now. But I do have the Dragon Tail stunning that hero for a short amount of time. It looks like I might be able to get escape. Lion chasing, he's not going to make it. Feels so vulnerable playing DK without the Dragon form, though. The Dragon form gives you a pretty significant move speed buff. Like I said, it's one of the more significant abilities in the game. Especially once you get level 2, you get that splash damage. If you come out with a Treads and a Helm of the Dominator, you know, I have 1800 gold. Now would be an ideal time to buy that Helm of the Dominator, because I could just run to the jungle and they would never see me again until, you know, 25 minutes when I came out with a Radiance or Daedalus or MKB or something like that. But against this team, they do have some nice disables, especially with the Drow Silence, the Treant's Area of Effect, and the anti-mage actually being able to mana burn us for some additional damage there. But I will go ahead. I'm just going to go with the Mask of Madness. You know, I really like this item. One of the key things about this is that, especially depending on the hero that you're playing, it'll allow you to creep ancient creeps pretty much as soon as you get the item, around 10 minutes into the game, presumably. If you're going to go for something like treads as well. Anti-mage right now giving me some mana burns here, and it looks like their whole team just came mid to gank us, so our Bane Elemental taking the brunt of that attack. Spirit Breaker not wanting to ult me, but if he had, it would have been all over because they would have just stunned me and slowed us into oblivion. I'm going to use the Mask of Madness right now to score this kill on the Drow Ranger with some additional attack speed. It's a dangerous item to use, but then again, Lion already used his ultimate Finger of Death on me just a moment ago, so 33% increased damage that you would take from that spell would not be pretty this early in the game. Talk about taking, 700 points of damage in a single attack. So right now this Mask of Madness allowing me to creep these neutral ancient creeps here. I'm actually going to stack these as well because it's 35, 36. It looks like my teammate kind of interfering with my ability to stack these creeps here. Keeper of the Light. That's okay though. It would have been much harder for me to kill these stacked creeps on my own. But anytime that you have the opportunity to stack the ancients for your team is definitely a good idea. And one of the things that I try to do the most around mid-game is to really, if you put a ward up at the enemy ancients and either gank them when they try to creep those ancients, or kill theirs so they don't have that to farm for gold. Because each ancient spawn every minute of the game is giving you like 300, 200, 300 gold at a time. That's more than a hero kill. And you think about those neutral creeps, spawning every minute on the money, really giving you a lot of time to farm those neutrals and get your gold up, especially mid game when you get to the point where you can actually kill them before the next wave respawns. And the Mask of Madness is very useful in facilitating that as well. So right now, activating the Mom, gonna try to take out this mid tower. It looks like we got some action going on bottom here. So if I had a TP scroll, oh, it looks like Pudge has it taken care of. Getting a double kill on the Spirit Breaker, even though he lost his own hero there in the process. I'd say it was worth it. I mean, Pudge. The whole point of Pudge is just to kind of create chaos and score some early kills on the enemy heroes, because he really begins to lose effectiveness. I mean, even if you're very good with the hooking, his rod ability loses effectiveness kind of late mid. And his ultimate, unless you upgrade it with the Scepter, it's a nice disable, but I mean the damage is kind of nonchalant. So you can see a nice epic shot of these dragons battling here. 178 gold for a single creep kill. I mean, come on, how could you not want to kill these ancient creeps as much as possible for your team? Got something going on, some kind of encounter here on bottom. Bane Elemental, Demon Witch, Drow Ranger there. Our Bane Elemental really should be more careful. Right now, he's died 5 times, most deaths on our team. Outside of Pudge, only 2 kills. Bane Elementals, though, he retains a lot of usefulness, even without items, even through late game. Nightmare ability, him having an enfeeble, just a really powerful way to kind of take the enemy heroes out of the battle through indirect means, and of course his ultimate ability, Fiend's Grip, giving you a very nice advantage if you get the positioning, the timing off on that. Goes through avatar ability as well, so that could be useful against the Spirit Breaker. Right now I have the level 2 Elder Dragon form here, and I'm going to want to try to use this to take this tower up top as soon as possible. Hopefully their team is being occupied a bit on bottom, and I do have 2,000 gold, so now would be a terrible time to get ganked. But as you can see, the splash damage from this attack damaging all of these creeps, giving me quite a few kills. And of course the lifesteal here, keeping me in the game. I'm going to want to activate that Mask of Madness to run out of here, and this is one of the benefits of this item, is the ability to run away from battle very quickly. 480 move speed there, temporarily. It's close to the maximum move speed in the game, which is of course 522. And the reason for that is that the maximum move speed in Warcraft 3 was 522 for units when you had a haste rune or something like that, giving you that move bonus. So it's just always been that way. No reason to change it now, I guess. So I have 2,000 gold. I'm really going to want to get something, some kind of strong damage item here as early as possible. I might just go with the Demon Edge, getting the 40 buff of 40 damage, 42 points of damage actually. For that item will make it very easy to farm. Oh, 46 damage, wow. I was actually wrong about that. But that item will make it very easy to farm neutral creeps, those ancients, as well as into the other jungle, and perhaps even taking out Roshan. This seems like the type of game where I might just want to rush Rapier, depending on how it goes after I get this Demon Edge. The nice thing about that item, you have a lot of choices. You can make it into a Monkey King Bar to deal with evasion or mischance abilities, which I don't think they have any on their team. I could get a BKB, you know, they have quite a few stuns, and especially with the Lion in the game, the BKB kind of preventing the damage from his ultimate ability could be useful. The Mask of Madness, running this build, you don't want to be getting hit with strong direct damage spells like that, unless you have like a Hood of Defiance or something, which I don't really feel, you know, sometimes I like to get a Hood early, one of the first items, because the regen is just really useful and helps you stay in the lane, and the enemy heroes really won't be able to spam any kind of spells on you. But it's getting kind of late in the game here, and I really don't want to let the game go on too long with the Drow Ranger and the Spirit Breaker in the game, and especially the Anti-Mage. Those heroes all tremendous scaling, and gonna start picking up kills as we go into mid-game here. Strong support hero Lion supporting them, as well as the Treant Protector. Gonna make it very hard for us if any of those heroes really can get significant farm. Apparently I'm playing with Mexicans, I don't know. More power to them, I guess, but you know, hopefully they're not having some kind of latency issues. Gonna go into the dragon form here, do some damage to this Treant. Really dishing out the damage there, finishing him off with the Breathe Fire attack. He was not expecting me to have that kind of damage output, I think, and you know, that Demon Edge playing a significant role there. If I did not have that item, I probably wouldn't have been able to beat him, although maybe if I had bought like a Chrysalis or something for 2,000, it would have been just as effective. So right now, we got a lot of action going on other parts of the map, but I'm really going to want to just get my gold up as quickly as possible now that I've begun work on this item. Whatever I'm going to make this Demon Edge into, I'm going to need anywhere between another 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 gold. Between 3,000 and 4,000 actually, if I either want to get what is it, a javelin now? They changed some of these recipes a few years ago, but yeah, 2 javelins to make that item into a MKB Monkey King Bar, or a Chrysalis and a Scroll, make it into a Daedalus there. So, or going just straight for the 300 damage Rapier. And you know, if I do that and we lose the Rapier, it's likely that we won't get it back and we'll probably lose the game. So that might not be the greatest option, but with the splash damage of the DK, you can just really pump out damage using that item. So if I am going for the Rapier, I'm just going to want to get that as quickly as possible. Lion being slept here by the Nightmare ability of the Bane Elemental, as you can see. Now I'm going to want to come in here with the Rebound, see if I can kill this Steel with... Oh! Steal this kill. I wasn't able to get it with the Breathe Fire there. Not doing enough damage to him. That maxes out at about 300 damage. If it was maybe 360, that'd be a little bit nicer. giving more of an opportunity. Right now, switching these treads over to intelligence, giving me that splash damage again with the dragon form. Being able to toggle your treads like this is useful for a hero like Dragon Knight, who can benefit from the strength bonus as well as from a little bit of added intelligence, much needed for this hero, as it is his lowest stat. Still having plenty of time on this dragon form, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and wait the 10 seconds for these creeps to respawn, just because, you know, why wouldn't I? Right now, if I'm going for a sacred relic, I'm going to need another 1,000 gold, 3,800, so this 200 gold buff here should make that go by pretty quickly. 5 minutes or less, depending on, as you can see, we already have some kind of battle being initiated here at top. It looks like the enemy team retreated, so maybe we can push this lane. I mean, our whole team is right here, except for the lone druid, who's apparently dying elsewhere. Only 700 gold to go, and you'll see when I get this rapier, the game will either end very quickly, or the enemy team will get the rapier and we'll lose very slowly and painfully over the course of another 15 minutes or so. 3,200 gold. I'm not going to want to get ganked. You can see my team pinging the mini-map there, telling us to get back. Taking a lot of damage from the Spirit Breaker, and I did lose 400 gold from that death there. Having Spirit Breaker on the map is just really obnoxious hero. He can charge you from anywhere as long as he has vision of your unit, so Bane Elemental not being able to finish off the Fiend's Grip on the tree in there and just getting mobbed by the enemy team. And this is what I was really talking about. Spirit Breaker with the Mask of Madness and the Scepter as well. Interesting. He's just going to be able to devastate our team as long as they kill me first too. And so that was really well played on their part, taking me out of the fight like that. And you know, I was overextending myself just a little bit. But, you know, I didn't really expect the Spirit Breaker to show up there with the charge and with the Drow backing him up. It was right on time, right on cue. Looks like they all going for Mask of Madness this round, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Because if I can get that rapier off, they will take a lot of damage from using that ability, the Madness ability. Gonna want to transform into a dragon here, extra move speed. Taking out these enemy units as quickly as possible, and giving me some much needed gold after that last death there. The great thing about Dragon Knight is it's hard to take him out of the game. It's hard to keep him out of the game. You know, he can always make a comeback with that splash damage, and especially the slowing attack. I have one more level 16. I'll be able to get the level 3 ult, or the third rank of my ultimate ability, to make a little clarification. And Pudge still doing well on our team. Well into a mid-game here. I'm going to want to come out and stun this lion, and that should take him out of the game pretty quickly, although he does have this buff from the living armor there. That wasn't going to help him very much, being attacked by 4 or 5 heroes like that. With these ancient creeps here, this should give me the gold that I need to build this rapier, so I know you all are just as anxious as me to get this item off and really start doing some damage to the enemy team. I'm going to have to be much more careful sticking with my team. Once I have this item, we're going to want to go and take Roshan as quickly as possible. And there's always the danger in doing that the enemy team will come and gank you. So it gives you a nice little heads up there when someone purchases the Divine Rapier now, which is good. So my team knows not to fuck around, I guess. Not being able to do much damage to the enemies here. Their team getting away. I'm going to want to try to cut off the Anti-Mage, but it looks like 2 hits on that hero with the Divine Rapier, as you can see, plus 300 damage, making it very easy for me to take out that hero before he was able to recover from the Dragon Tail stun and blink away, because I know he wanted to blink away. That's all any Anti-Mage ever wants to do. And I really want a Roshan, but my team, we need the Bane Elemental, we need our team together for that, so holding off on the ult for just now. I'm really going to want them to organize as quickly as possible, because if the enemy team gets that Aegis, it's going to make it much more difficult for us to participate in the next team fight, even with the Divine Rapier on our side. And ideally I would get the Aegis of the Immortal, So if I do die, the Divine Rapier won't drop and won't be turned over to the hands of the enemy team. So right now I'm going to try to draw on the map here. Oh my god, Spirit Breaker, double damage rune coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and pop my ultimate ability and the Mask of Madness just for as much move speed as possible, trying to get to this hero and take him out before he kills my teammate. And he's just so fast with the Mask of Madness right now. Spirit Breaker having, of course, you know, an innate move speed buff. Keeping the light casting mana leak on that hero is going to make it maybe a little bit easier to chase him down, cooling down the Mask of Madness here. You know, I'm really not wanting to chase him this far with the enemy team coming up on us like this. And using the Dragon Breath spike there to finish off that hero. Drow Ranger falling victim to the Divine Rapier with a double kill. And this is going to give us all the time we need, or should, to take out Roshan here. Even with our team being down a few heroes, you know, they're really going to need their whole team to come up against the Dragon Knight with the Divine Rapier here. You know, unless their Spirit Breaker has wards, and if he does have wards and he can come and charge me, that would not work out to my advantage. But with the 400 damage I'm dishing out with every attack and the extra attack damage from this Mask of Madness, really going to be able to take Roshan out quickly, and that's what we want. We don't want to give them a lot of time to counter here. And it looks like, oh god, getting stunned there at just the wrong time. Even with the Aegis, it looks like I'm not going to escape from this encounter, and they're going to get that Divine Rapier, and we're probably going to lose this game. So there's always an inherent risk of trying to get that item, and as you can see, Spirit Breaker picking that up, it's not going to be good for us. But you know, my team's just pretty retarded here at this point, honestly. Like, you know, I told them I was going to Roshan, ping Roshan. They could have come and supported, and the enemy team, you know, just barely getting the jump on us. I mean, we had just finished. We definitely had time to get that, and it would have made a significant impact on the next team fight for us to have that Aegis in tow. So, you know, high risk maneuver, and it's definitely not going to pay off unless we can retrieve that rapier from the Spirit Breaker here in this game. Right now, that doesn't look likely. Spirit Breaker just dishes out so much damage. You know, he could tear through 3 of our teammates before. But then again, you know, if the Bane Elemental gets off of Fiend's Grip, that's all it's really going to take him out of the game and recover that rapier. So, you know, don't want to call GG just yet. But what I do want to do is pick up a Talisman of Evasion, because that's going to give me a 25% chance to avoid those attacks. Could make a difference coming into this next fight. And now crossing the 30-minute line, you know, I really wanted to get that, get the DR and end the game, you know, by 35 minutes or at least under 40 minutes. And so it's a little bit, it's a little bit demoralizing to lose that item. You know, but we can definitely recover it here, depending on the outcome of this match. These guys going to dish out some damage to us, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like the Spirit Breaker, dropped the rapier, and the Lone Druid's Bear actually picking up that item. So, not sure. Pudge with the Divine Rapier right now. Interesting choice for that hero. But you know, I just wasn't on top. If I would have had to go over there to recover that item, it was just so deep into the match. I didn't want to die again. So we'll see what happens with the Pudge having it, because you know he can dish out some damage if he slows the hero with the Rot. But likely you'll see him being targeted at the next team fight. At least we took the rapier out of the hands of the enemy, but as you can see, I'm well behind on farm now, having lost all of the gold I put into that item, 6,200 gold. Not a cheap loss. Even having it on our team, you know, Pudge not really a carry hero, not going to be able to do much with his auto attack, especially against a hero like Drow or Spirit Breaker. Can be slowing him. Keeper of the Light picking up an easy kill there with the Illuminate. And their Drow Ranger really isn't the best Drow I've seen, so that could also work out pretty well in our favor. I mean, obviously, because if she was good, we probably would have lost already. But our Syllabear, our Bane Elemental, they're average. I mean, the Bane may be good, I don't know. Syllabear, kind of a toss-up. I see a lot of different people play this hero, but he's got brown boots and a Radiance on his hero right now. Radiance on the bear, so 33 minutes. It's not the earliest Radiance, not the latest Radiance. He really needs to upgrade his boots for one thing. And if he had treads on his hero, he probably would have been able to keep the rapier during that encounter. As you can see, the Spirit Breaker actually dropped the rapier. Lone Druid picked it up. Anti-Mage killed the Lone Druid, picked up the rapier. Pudge killed the Anti-Mage, took the rapier for him. So it's just getting passed around. This Treant Protector stunning him right now and hitting him with the slow attack. It's likely that we can see the Spirit Breaker charging across the map here, trying to come in and protect his teammate. What was that? Did you see that? It looked like he hit me with the charge. He hit me with the Charge of Darkness, but he wasn't even on the map, so it was kind of a glitch there. He obviously canceled that charge, not wanting to deal with all three of our heroes in one place. So at this point in the game, really just trying to watch the map, trying to pick up some kills on the enemy team, and get as much gold as possible from creep kills, because we're in a dangerous position with even with the Pudge having Radiance or the Divine Rapier there. But as you can see, the Spirit Breaker not able to escape the Pudge's ultimate, so it would be a good time for us to push. Spirit Breaker saying G and GG. I don't know why. It's still anyone's game, honestly. All it takes is for one of their heroes to kill that Pudge and take Rapier from him, and it's over. So at this point, I would usually build another Rapier. I might build instead a Heaven's Halberd. Good for this hero, giving him strength and evasion that he needs, and the ability to disable the attack of a hero like Spirit Breaker, taking them out of the fight for a few seconds. Oh, look at them kill our Pudge. Gonna kill this Pudge and get the Rapier from him. Oh god. Oh, that's so ugly. Just not wanting that hero to have that Rapier right now, the Anti-Mage. Worst possible scenario for us. Because he can just blink away at will. Gonna be able to take that Rapier with him wherever he goes. Yeah, getting taken out of the game there. Just too much damage from these heroes right now, and Anti-Mage has his Battle Fury and Manta. It's always an annoying hero to play against. Spirit Breaker with the MKB there. Drow with the Shadow Blade. Our team has been significantly outfarmed, even with the Lone Druid having his Radiance. It's just not going to be effective against these items these enemy heroes have, and you can see the Pudge just getting taken out by the Anti-Mage with Manta, obviously having their team having some wards or something, giving them sight, being able to do that. So it's, again, really well played on their part. They good timing, good strategy, and as you can see, the Anti-Mage is going to go ballistic. Now that he's got that Rapier, he can farm everything. So, I could play this game out. I mean, I will play it out. But as far as this video goes, I might go ahead and call it, save a little bit of time, save a little bit of render time, and upload to YouTube, because this could go another 10 minutes, if we try our hardest to keep them at bay. But ultimately, you know, even if we recover the rapier at this point, the anti-mage has such great items, and the spear breaker as well. And the drow is only going to get more powerful. That it's really looking like the game's out of our hands. And you know, I've always seen things like this turn around. I mean, it's possible that we could get the rapier back from the anti-mage, but you know, I see him being very careful with that item, and you know, having the innate spell reduction, and now the regen from the Battle Fury and the stats from Manta. It's going to be very difficult to kill that hero. Pretty much the only hope for that would be to hit him with the Fiend's Grip from the Bane or Hudge's ultimate. So we'll see if we can get that off. You know, I'll keep recording here for a little bit. If we get wiped in another team fight, probably just go ahead and upload this. You can see a little bit of gameplay from the Dragon Knight, and not draw it out for too long. So I know you won't be disappointed to miss the ending of this game, as you can see, yeah, we're just getting stomped on all sides by the enemy here. Lion with the Dagon Finger of Death combo. So in fact, they may be able to finish right now on this push, now that they've killed our whole team. Anti-Mage being able to take out all of our towers here with the Manta and the Divine Rapier. High damage output from Spear Breaker here with the MKB. And you know, I like to win or lose a game. You know, in under 40 minutes is ideal to me. I mean, when a game gets to 50-60 minutes, it starts to feel really long, like it's dragging on. Even if we are winning, I mean, even if I'm just, you know, farming up, trying to get my 5th rapier or whatever, you know, there's kind of more of a satisfaction of really playing a fast game and taking the enemy out as quickly as possible. Prove your worth in Dota. So, but you know, everyone knows Dota's a team game. The impact you have on the game is only as significant as, you know, one member of the team, and certain heroes can definitely carry harder than others. Kind of as you saw with like the Faceless Void being sort of a one-man army there. A Lone Druid would normally be performing very well, but as I've said, he's sort of a toss-up hero. I mean, noobs like Lone Druid because he has a bear like a pet. Like, I don't like some kind of fucking ranger, and it's World of Warcraft. So it's just an interesting sort of a pick from him there. You know, it would have been effective at keeping the anti-mage from blinking, keeping the drow ranger from getting away, Spirit Breaker, etc. But he just really not having a clear concept, I think, of how to build his hero. With the phase boots and the ironwood branches, just now getting phase boots at 40 minutes into the game, and even having the radiance. I mean, you know, people love to rush radiance on Scylla, and it's a good farming item. But you know, you have to balance that, because the item's only good if you get it really by like 20 minutes or, you know, under 30 minutes. And you do need other items, you know, such as power treads to make that effective. Bear not even having power treads on his bear, so Anti-Mage definitely finishing that game off very quickly with the rapier that he got from my hero. So you can't win them all, though. I mean, it was a risk I was willing to take. You know, that high damage would have made it easy to compete with the Anti-Mage and with the Spirit Breaker with their damage items as well, if they had not been able to get that item from my hero. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll definitely be coming to you more characters, more strategy next couple days. Just you know, keep tuned to GameBehemoth, and please subscribe and please like our videos, because we want to know that, you know, we're receiving positive feedback from the community, and that we're not just doing this for our health. Although, I mean, I enjoy Dota. It's one of my favorite games. I've actually played this game for like 7 or 8 years now, since like 2005 when Warcraft 3, you know, had only been out for a few years, Frozen Throne. And you know, I have friends that played Dota back in freaking, like, when it was called Aeon of Strife and StarCraft. So those old school RTSs, it's kind of a nostalgia associated with this game, I think, for a lot of people. And you know, League of Legends being what it is and being very popular, I think a lot of people have a tendency to compare Dota with League of Legends, but there really is no comparison. And you know, League of Legends, it is its own game, and it's good for what it is. But Dota is Dota. Dota 2 is Dota. It's you know, like a carbon copy, and everything just feels exactly like it did back in Warcraft 3. And I think, you know, I've played League of Legends before. It feels a little bit awkward, but I'm sure you get used to it. So that's it from GamesBehemoth. Until next time. Oh man.